are in the car, no kids.
No kids.
And we are going to the Nutcracker, which I'm super excited about because I love the Nutcracker. I love the ballet. When I was little, I used to always like watch it and stuff, so I am super excited. And it's date night, and I just feel like anywhere we go is great because it's date night. So
It's true.
I'm like super excited. And yeah, but I thought I'd whip out the camera and we would film a little bit because you guys really love when we talk about like when we do this as a couple and like when we talk about certain things. So I feel like, sorry, I just want to fix my hair. I feel like we should talk about something kind of relationship related. And yeah, something that actually came to my mind was still dating when you're married. And like why that's so important. Because I feel like sometimes in marriage, at least from what I've seen and heard, like you can get to a place where you stop dating the person. And it's really important to like keep making that effort when you were dating before you got married and carry that through to your marriage. Like romance is really important, I believe, and you want to keep that fire, that love going, you know, because it is work. And a lot of people just tend to kind of like let themselves go, and like you get really comfortable, so you might not like put in as much effort. And even like, yeah, I was gonna say like I've been there. There's times where I just like feel like, oh, I don't want to like go out or like, you know, whatever. But like it's really important that we both make the time and sacrifice to like put each other first. Especially I feel like when you have kids too, it's really hard to do that. And I feel like a lot of people put kids first rather than their marriage first, but your marriage came before the kids. And I know that might sound like weird to some people, like how are you not gonna put your kids first? Kids are definitely high priority, but like your marriage has to be good so that you can be the best parents and like the best example of a marriage to your children. And so yeah, so that's why I truly believe like you gotta make sure that you're putting your marriage first. What do you think?
I think you said it right. I think that's really good. And it's not easy. I mean, we're not saying all this to pretend like we have had it perfect in the almost 8 years since we've been married. Anniversary month coming on. We're about to celebrate our anniversary.
Next week? Or the week after?
Well, it's the week after.
It's the week after.
But we're celebrating next weekend. 8 years of marriage and to this beautiful, incredible soul beside me. But there's going to be seasons that will really, really challenge you in terms of putting your relationship as a priority.
Yeah.
And yeah, kids, like Alex was just saying, of course, the kids 100% rely on you. They need so much of your attention and time. It's not to say don't be wise and neglect your kids' needs.
No.
But it means you being intentional to say, okay, if my marriage is a priority, then how are we going to make sure that that we have time to be together, quality time, to really check in, have fun, connect, learn. You gotta really make some sacrifices to make that happen. And because for some of us, like I know some of us who are watching this are probably like, well, I don't have family around to help, or how do we do it? Like, and I guess maybe that's something maybe I don't know if you want to speak into, babe, but some people I know who might be watching this who are in a relationship with kids and trying to put their marriage first are like, well, we don't have the time or resources to make that. What do we do about that?
Well, I feel like you have to really get creative, pray. I mean, I think anytime that you want to honor your marriage, God will make a way for you to be able to spend time together. And get plugged into community. Like,
that's good.
Getting involved in church and really finding people who you trust and love. Because, like, personally, like, as a parent, I'm very picky about whom I will watch my kids. But like if there's somebody, one or two people that like you can really find that you trust to watch your kids, you know, it'd be really good, I think, and just take that step of faith to, you know, to trust that God will be the one watching over your kids, and have that time with your husband or your wife if you're a guy. Yeah, because it really is important. And I think that if we didn't continue doing date nights even when we got married, I think that's the one thing that really helped us work through like some real issues. Like if we stopped doing date nights, like our marriage still might be like on the rocks, because date nights was the time where we could really sit down and actually talk through things and like work through things and pray through things. If you don't have the like time like intentionally for each other to really talk and communicate and like actually go out and like do something fun, and like if you don't have that time, like I just feel like like your marriage, like it's just hard to keep. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I just feel like it might be harder to have like a good marriage, because like for us the date nights were a lifesaver, like especially when, you know, life hits you hard sometimes and you don't know what to expect. Maybe someone gets really sick, or maybe, you know, someone's trauma comes up from the past, like whatever it is for you, you don't know what's going to happen during your marriage, right? Like life happens, things get really hard, and how are you going to work through that? Like I feel like you still have to be intentional about making that time for each other, having those date nights, and really clinging to one another, staying united, being team members, and not like getting against each other, and having that division. Like that's what the enemy wants to do, right? He wants to steal, kill, and destroy your marriage. And so I think it's really important that you stay united and do that, whatever that looks like for you. If you need to go to counseling, like do that together. I just feel like we have to fight for marriage. Like in this generation and in this day and age, like we have to fight for marriage, because commitment these days, like people can feel committed one day and then the next day they don't feel committed. Like, but commitment is something that a choice you have to make every single day. Like it's a choice. Love is a choice. Like, because your feelings will come and go, right? Feelings come and go all the time, but if you're committed to something, you're choosing to stay committed to that thing or that person. And it takes work. And it doesn't mean you might not always feel good. You might not always want to do something for somebody else. But that's the whole point of commitment. That's the whole point of like loving one another. Truly loving one another is that sacrifice, is that laying down your life, right? Like what God did for us, giving his one and only son. Like, yeah, it's work. It's a costly thing, but in the end, it's so worth it. And that's the thing. It's like, it's also something so like so amazing and so beautiful when done the right way, I feel like, and you reap the benefits of it, and you learn so much about what it means to be like Christ. And
that's good.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Kind of going on a rant, but
oh, that was good. That's well said. I couldn't agree more. I believe that commitment is so necessary for every area of life that you want to see health and growth. And so I'm with you, babe, because commitment is saying that I'm choosing to follow through with this thing.
Yeah.
No matter the cost, even if it's hard, even if it's challenging. But in the end, it always does, if it's something good you're striving towards, and especially marriage. We believe marriage is a good thing because we believe marriage is from God.
Yeah.
If we're committed to this process of working things out, growing together, laughing together, because the date nights are not always just fun nights, like Alex said. Yeah, some date nights will be honest,
You just
raw
need to talk
conversations.
so
And you need
things
to get
through,
away from
right?
the routine. If you're
Yeah.
just trying to do it always at home at bed,
Yeah.
that's good too.
Yeah.
But you need that. Get away from your regular routine. Go somewhere else in a different scene, and it may be a hard conversation, but you're together, just you and your spouse, and you're working through things in this beautiful date night. And sometimes it's still hard. Even you might leave that date night like that. You might leave that date night and be still wondering how are we gonna get through this.
Yeah.
But in the end, it'll be so rewarding. So yeah, commitment. I love that. That's a good word. Date nights really help you stay committed to a beautiful, long-lasting marriage. And that's our hope and that's our desire. So
Yeah. And one other thing I wanted to add about like that getting out of the house, going somewhere else, it's just like that change in scenery, that change in atmosphere. Like sometimes you just need to get away somewhere else and just clear your head, and sometimes like you're just able to focus better. And like just think about Jesus and how he went away to pray often.
Sometimes,
you know?
remember, we would even just be in a parking lot at a Starbucks with our Starbucks drinks, sitting in the car.
But we were just out of the house, you know, like
just talking.
Getting out and it really does something. And like I always like to take the example of Jesus, right, and how he went away. He would often go away and withdraw and to pray and to spend time with God. And so it's the same kind of thing like with your spouse, getting away and going somewhere to spend that quality time with. So
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little chit chat.
Go in your calendar and make date night a priority.
Yes.
Fight for it.
Fight for your marriage.
It's worth it. It's worth it. And for those who are not married yet, you're single or in a relationship, this is a good, helpful hint that this is something you want to pursue when you do end up saying yes to this person for the rest of your life, that you don't want to stop dating. Make that utmost priority more than anything else, and you will see the rewards for it. So do it.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. We love you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with somebody who you think would really benefit from it. We'll see you guys in our next video. Love you. Bye-bye. Mwah.